Well, greetings. This is Patty Jakes. Welcome to my channel. And today's topic is going to be about something that I briefly mentioned in my previous video, which is, what is XRP? Like, I talk about XRP. I mentioned my necklace stands for XRP. What is XRP? And why is it that I have to talk about it? Well, number one, I'm 59 years old. So I'm an old timer talking about crypto. So if any of you want to leave the room now running, I can understand why. Because nobody wants to talk crypto when you're getting, we're not into this crypto world. People that are, I don't know, at least 50 and over, I would think. It's like a different language. I didn't want to learn about it. I had no desire to study or learn about crypto. But I previously mentioned March 19th, 2020, I was sitting on this couch and the world was shutting down because of COVID. And we all have sixth sense. We all have a sixth sense. We all get messages from our higher power, whether you want to call it God or whatever religion you have, or if you have no religion at all. I'm not, preaching any religion. I'm just saying that we all get feelings. Like, have you ever had a feeling like, oh, I should do this, and then you don't? You're like, oh, I should have done that. Well, I've had this all my life. I've always had a sixth sense, which I believe everybody does. And so I try to use it for the good of whatever, the good of the world. And I've always had it, as far as I can remember. And, not to make a long story short, but like the morning of 9/11, I woke up that morning and I did not feel well. My cat, don't mind, this is Tigger the tiger. He knows I'm on doing a video. That's why he's here. But he wants to share the spotlight. But so the morning of 9/11, I woke up not feeling well. I just didn't. It was a weird feeling. It was a heaviness, and I can't even explain it. I had never felt that feeling before. And of course, we know what happened on 9/11. Well, let's do fast forward. March 19, 2020. I'm sitting at the couch, and I'm getting the same feeling I did the morning of 9/11. Something was happening with the world. I'm not going to tell you what I think about 9/11, but Tigger, you're going to have to move, sorry. So, but to make a long story short again, I knew something was happening and they were shutting things down, and it wasn't the same as 9/11, but it was, it was, in my opinion, man-made, and it was just a dark feeling. And so I got another message, another download at the same time. Like, I was wondering, I was praying to God, like, what's going on here? I'm getting the same feeling I did on 9/11. And that was many, many years prior. And so God, or my higher power, kind of told me, it's kind of a weird download when I get them. I don't get them often, but when I do, he actually gave me a download in 2012. In 2012, I got a book in the mail. I don't know who mailed it to me, but it was a book in the mail, and it said, it was intro to cryptocurrency. And I read it. It was an easy read. And after I read the book, I got a message saying, you need to buy this. And at that time it was Bitcoin, and God only knows it was probably 25 cents. And like, my message was, you've got to buy this. You've got to buy this. Now, this is in 2012. There were no instructions at all on how to buy Bitcoin. So I did not buy Bitcoin, but I tried because the message was coming in that I needed to buy this. Had I bought it, I'd be a billionaire, but of course, it was too complicated to buy. So I did not buy the Bitcoin. But I never forgot that, because I felt like, I was having a conversation with God saying, that's not me, I can't figure this out. And so in 2012, I kind of basically said, I can't figure this out. It's not going to happen. So fast forward 2020, March 19th, I'm sitting on my couch, and God says to me, it's not too late. You didn't miss it. You didn't miss the boat. And I'm thinking, yeah, I did. Bitcoin, of course, in 2020, it was still not that much compared to what it is now. And God was like, yeah, there's something else. There's something else that you need to study. You need to study, and you will understand what I'm talking about. And I'm thinking, I don't think so. First of all, that's not my cup of tea. Not technical. I'm not an engineer. Even though I do credit card processing, for a living, and I've done banking for a living, I'm really not that technical. So I'm more of a people person. So I said, God, I think, you've got the wrong person. And he's like, nope, it's you. So I'm like, oh. So I said, well, because of what I know now, that if I had bought the Bitcoin in 2012, like I was told to do, I'd be a billionaire. So I better listen to you right now. So come to find out, I said, I'm going to study and do exactly what you tell me to do, God, even though I don't think it's going to work out because I'm not that smart. But I will try. So I start studying, and through the process of studying crypto, what I found was that I love it. I love learning about it. I love studying it. I'm obsessed with it. Like, I love to learn about the new things that are going on and how it's changing the world and the monetary system and everything. And I realized, wow, they're changing the monetary system behind our backs. Most people don't know this. Maybe 1% of the 1% of the 1%. And but I just love learning about it. And so in turn, I have been able to filter out some of what's going on in the world. And I want to share that with everyone. So that's kind of what is going on. And what I found was XRP is at the threshold of everything. XRP, when I learned about XRP, it was about 35 cents. And, in 2020, and it's gone up now. And, but it moves money instantaneously, and it's a bridge currency. For example, if you Google what is the world's bridge currency, what will come up is XRP. XRP is the world's bridge currency, and nobody knows this. So my goal is to help the person. So my goal is to educate everyone that wants to understand what XRP is and what's happening with the world. As a layman, as someone in there close to 60, I'm less than a year away from being 60. And I think a lot of women in my spot, or even men that are older, they kind of want to know about it, but they don't understand it. So if I can help others understand what XRP is doing with the world, and we're really at the cusp right now where a regular middle class or poor person could make a significant amount of money. This is not financial advice. I'm not an investment person at all. But you could make some money if you decided to purchase XRP. But I'm not sure when it's going to moon. But when it does moon, it's going to moon. And it's already gone up in value quite a bit considering. But we're talking a lot more. And so my goal is to share this information with all of you. And I don't want it to be overwhelming, but I want to explain it so that if I can help someone make a little bit of money, if they want to, not that this is financial advice, when you do purchase any kind of crypto, just like stocks, it's, you can lose or you can win, but I've not lost with my XRP because I have been doing this research for over 5 years. So I'm willing to share my information with all of you because I want to give back to the world. So the next video will be about another X product, but I just wanted to share this with you so that you have a chance of learning more about something that I really am passionate about. And I know that it is the one. And Bitcoin is not the one. In my opinion, after doing all my research, I know they say Bitcoin is wonderful, but it's only a store of value. Bitcoin is only a store of value. That's all it ever will be. And XRP is so much more than that. It will be worth a lot more. I'm not saying it's going to be worth what Bitcoin's worth right now, but I truly don't believe Bitcoin's going to stay at the value it's at. And it's not financial advice. It's just with my research. I've done quite a bit of research. And I will continue to share videos about XRP in the future. But at least I'm giving you some information to think about. And I truly hope that the world, I know it looks like it's a dark place, but it's not. It's getting brighter. Things are getting better, one day at a time. And I truly, believe that the more we help each other, God works through people, and the more we help each other, the more the world will be a better place. So God bless all of you. Till we talk and meet again. Thank you.